Welcome to the Bougie Black Brother Network. Good evening. This is Michael, your Bougie Black Brother, and welcome to Car Wax. This is my session with producers and DJs, and I have a special guest with me today. His name is Tremel Copeland.
Yes, sir.
Did I do that right, bro?
Yes, you did. Better than most teachers.
Most teachers. Yeah, so I'm the teacher up in here. But I wanted Tremel on because he's been complimenting our podcast with his music, and I wanted to give him the respect and a shout out to say the stuff y'all been complimenting the music on, this is the guy who's actually been creating it. Yeah, I did a couple on there, but his outdid mine. So
I don't want to say that.
I want to say welcome, Tremel.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, it's my pleasure. So I want the audience to kind of quick background who Tremel is and what is his production company and what do you do, bruh?
So my name's Tremel. My producing name is Zuri in Zuri Productions. I've been doing it for, if you don't count the research years, is what I call it. And that's when I just listen to music, study the music,
right?
Which I think is the big thing a lot of people don't realize. You got to study. Studying it all my life.
There you go.
Yeah.
Don't shortchange yourself.
No, all my life.
Right.
It's been a long time. I guess we'll get into that later.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been making it, in my DAW on the computer, outside of the computer for probably 8 years, 9 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on and off, but serious in the last 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
It's been maybe a little longer. It gets a little convoluted in my head.
Really? Yeah.
I said, I've been studying for a long time. So.
But you don't track yourself, so
yeah,
that's the thing that most people say. Oh, you don't know how long you've been, dude. I don't track me.
Exactly.
It's
just
somebody else.
I love to do it.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna do.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So with that, what music then? So you said you kind of studied the art. Oh. You studied the music. So was it broad? Was it?
It was broad. Yeah.
Okay. So
real broad.
Give me a couple of examples.
My parents grew up in the late 50s, early 60s when they were born. Sorry, parents, I just gave you decades out.
You're all right.
And they
send them the link.
They listened to what they used to listen to, and they were really progressive. So they let me listen to what was on the radio then.
Okay.
Grew up in the very end of the 80s. So pretty much all my music knowledge is the 90s as a kid.
Okay.
And I'm listening to the radio, but then my dad was a DJ when he was a kid.
Gotcha.
And he was big into making mixtapes.
There you go.
So he used to work in a local radio station in near Pine Mountain, Georgia. I don't know if you know what that is. A little bit outside of Columbus.
Okay.
It's rural.
But he was still the DJ.
Exactly. So he honed his skills into finding things in a small place.
Okay.
That most people weren't used to, and he exposed me to a lot of music. I'm talking about things that most people don't know about, and he came with the knowledge of the music. He remembers everything. It's crazy. So if we hear, we'll listen to the oldies in the 90s, which would put the oldies, but the 70s, probably what they play.
Wow.
80s. Back then, like if you play the oldest station.
Yeah, okay.
In the 90s, it was probably the 70s, 80s. Oldies now probably play
like the 80s, 90s.
Yeah. So they're usually about a decade back. Okay. So I listen to those stations. I listen to more current stations. And then just where I grew up, it was just different kinds of music, like pop and everything.
Okay.
So I listen to everything, and I'm talking about R&B, gospel, all kinds of soul, and R&B I want to say is more, R&B now is a little different.
So did you listen to any country or bluegrass?
and this is gonna sound strange, country is not my favorite, but I like bluegrass.
Okay. Wow.
I like folk.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
Country, I don't know. It's something about. I don't dislike it.
I know,
but I don't.
But you don't listen
like
to it. You don't, right? So I asked that because producing and creating music, it's the sounds that I look for. I'm not listening to what they're singing about.
Oh yeah.
It's the type of sounds that I can pull from it. That's why I like bluegrass better than country.
And maybe that's what never really think about it, but maybe that's what it is. A lot of country sounds similar to me.
So
like
it's just a modified version of the same version.
Yeah.
Where bluegrass, those instrumentations are odd.
Very.
So you take those odd instrumentations and recreate them. So.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, folks.
So we're on the same track then.
Yeah.
Right.
But this country is not my favorite.
So one thing that so I'm a big fan of jazz. So my family was big jazz based. So it was from jazz to blues to soul, then R&B. So
the progression.
Yeah, so that's definitely progressed from there. Yeah. So my mom and my uncles really just dove in and sat me down.
Yeah.
And we didn't even talk. He would just listen to the music. So I was listening to music and I was like, nobody's saying anything. They was like, shut up, boy. Listen to the music. So I got used to that. So that kind of helped me from that. Did you have any jazz influence or anything?
Yeah, my dad likes jazz also. He likes everything. I can't really think of something he doesn't like. And
what about Beethoven?
Yeah, he didn't go too far into that. He didn't go too far.
Okay.
I might have a story about
classical
music too and modern music.
Okay.
But
yeah, me too.
The cool thing is when he, especially jazz, since it's not words, he'll talk through it,
right,
and just give me history about like this person who he used to play with, and different, with different people. One of the things I remember the most about like him giving history about real just people that play instruments, as he talks about how many people that we know that was in James Brown's band.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Some are jazz artists, some are just rock, and they were all in his band. He used to tell me like, this is when he started, this is what he did. I'm like, what?
Yep.
James Brown.
He
just hollers. But I mean, from stuff like that. So when I'm listening to music like a James Brown song, he's breaking down like, oh, this guy's in this song. He came here, he does this after that, and this is this kind of music. I'm like, that's not the same music.
Yep.
So he did that with a lot of different kind of jazz. Another thing I can think of is maybe like a lot of people just think of Prince. When I'm hearing Prince, I'm hearing Prince, and then I'm hearing a story about Sheila E. About drums.
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
How it came from them, and then we have Janet Jackson.
Yeah. So all of these
everything
people,
else, the
because
90s.
they were creators.
Yeah,
they were creators.
Exactly. That's the cool part. So a lot of people listen to the words.
Yeah. Yep. Not the creation.
I'm listening to how it was created.
So did he kind of school you on Miles Davis?
A little bit.
So Miles did almost the same thing with jazz artists. So most of the most popular jazz artists, even that moved on into like this new age jazz, he started them off because he kept changing. He didn't want to stick with traditional. He kept moving. He was a genius. Yeah. And so that was the one guy that I kept following just to see who he actually worked with. Yeah. Because he exposed people to so many different other artists, and I'm like, why is he doing that? So if you just like one genre, you'll be disappointed. But if you understand that music changes, it's exciting, especially, and that's the genius of Prince. Smile. Yeah. See, and when you mentioned Prince, we had a discussion, I think about a month ago, that they said who was the best creator, Prince or Michael Jackson, and most people say Michael Jackson. but it's Prince.
I think it's Prince.
It absolutely is Prince.
I heard he could play everything.
He can play everything. He taught people how to do different things.
Yeah.
He changed the way music was recreated as well.
Yeah. He did.
Yeah.
If you listen to his stuff, it's not similar to anything that was being played at the time.
Absolutely.
I think people got messed up on Purple Rain.
Yeah.
They saw Morris Day,
Yeah.
thinking that he found Prince. In reality,
nah,
complete opposite.
that's his man.
Yeah, I was like, these people were following him.
Yeah. Don't you know he pulled them up?
Yeah.
But he didn't need to have the spotlight because he was Prince. He was like, look, I make the music.
Yeah.
I don't need to star in the music. I make the music.
It was cool that he did that.
Absolutely.
It was like a weird autobiography.
So when did you say, okay, I'm learning this music. Thanks, Dad. I'm going to do some things on my own. Just learning on my own. When did you say, I would like to try to create? Or what made you think that you wanted to create music?
I heard so much, and I knew there was some things that I could make that I didn't hear.
Okay.
So, from there, I tried my hand at it.
Okay.
I did in high school in some program I bought at Target for like $20.
Really?
Yeah. And I made a few songs and had a lot of samples. I didn't know how to play anything at the time.
Okay.
And I played it in my car a lot, and I had the window down. I don't know if this guy was homeless. I don't want to say that, but
Right.
he had to look.
He had to.
He had to look. Or maybe a homeless person.
Yeah. I don't know if he was homeless, but he had a homeless uniform.
Yeah, he was. He's wearing the right attire.
That's right.
And I was stopped at a light, and he heard me listening to it, and then I saw him shaking his head, and he was like, good stuff. I was like, man, he doesn't even know I made this.
That's mine.
Yeah.
Right.
From that point on, I got more serious.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it started from a $20 Target program.
But sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
So, but now, so how did you progress? So you knew there was a small program, a mess load of samples on there.
Yeah.
When did you, okay, I can use this and just make music, but when did you say, I want to be better and let me start doing, or changing the program and going from that?
So I got into, I'm a person, I research everything, it's weird. Okay. So I started researching DAWs and how to make music on them and all this other stuff. Mm-hmm. And then some of my, I guess I didn't know at the time, some of my favorite producers, I listened to their stuff and I was just thinking, they were playing some of this, they have to be.
Yeah, some of it.
I was a little wrong.
Yeah.
It was naive, that's good at the time. Because then I wanted to learn how to play the piano, at least functionally.
Okay.
And that's when I started to play, at least learn how to play the piano.
Okay.
So I brought like a little MIDI keyboard. And then
you didn't want those Casios, did you?
Yeah, no, it was what I buy? M Audio, nothing crazy,
Okay,
nothing even serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned a little bit from there, and then it got to the point where I could play the chords I needed, and went from there. But before that, it's odd the way I did this. I didn't go from sampling to actually playing the piano. I went from playing the piano first with random sounds, and then into sampling, and that's when I started listening to College Dropout, Kanye West.
Kanye West. Yeah.
So
keep America great, right?
Slavery's a choice.
Yeah, just
everybody knows that.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Oh man, I just gave him credit for something stupid.
No, you didn't. We was being sarcastic.
So before him, I used to listen to a lot of Common, Talib Kweli, and I loved Jay-Z's Black albums, Black Album, the Blueprints, and I don't know if a lot of people that know, Kanye West kind of was found on the Blueprint.
Okay.
Like he did a lot of the Lost in the City. He produced that song, and then from there, I was like, man, these samples are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's so soulful. And then Jay-Z's rapping on them. Like, oh, what in the world is this?
How's he doing this?
Yeah, what? So I started from there, and then sampling, and then I found Jay Dilla, and then I fell into the hole and the donuts, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? People doing this is crazy.
Did you hear the one? What's that? Welcome to Japan, or was that was a real odd one, but he had some gospel on there. Ooh. And it was beautiful, dude.
I might have to listen to that.
Yeah. I think it's Welcome to Japan.
Jay Dilla was...
He was something else, bro.
He was ahead of his time.
Yeah.
It was way...
And he was just building his
library
up because he knew he wasn't going to be here long.
When he got diagnosed, and they said that from that point to when he passed, and they say he was making beats in the hospital bed.
In the hospital, yep.
Yeah.
I think he did donuts in the hospital.
I think so. They said they used to bring him crates.
Yep.
From his, I think he had like a locker or something, or storage unit just full of music. He said, bring me some crates. And he had a keyboard, and I think probably an MPC. I think he had.
Yep.
And he just made beats in the hospital bed.
In the hospital.
What?
Yep.
Those kind of beats in a hospital bed. That's insane.
Yep. But that's Dilla. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Dilla. So I'm finding out about Dilla. I found out about Kanye West. I'm finding about No ID, who's full circle was Kanye West's mentor, but also he started with Common and used to make Common's early stuff. He's actually J. Cole's mentor. So he taught him how to make beats, and with a lot of stuff you hear from J. Cole, there's really No ID.
Okay.
And that's Jay-Z's big guy.
Yeah.
No ID's behind the scenes, and
Yeah. That's, No ID kind of messed me up with the last album, though.
Yeah.
Let's do the podcast. You'll get my opinion. I don't want to get back into it. Every time we bring that up on a podcast, they was like, man, you hate that dude. I was like, no, I don't hate him. I hate how he did Jay-Z on the last one. I don't. I want to
ask you, but I can't. I want to ask.
Go ahead. So you can. I say it all the time.
Was it the? Did he do Jay-Z wrong, or did Jay-Z?
No, he did Jay-Z wrong, and this is why I say that because producing and creating.
Yeah.
I don't care how big the star is. You compliment the artist. As a producer, you compliment and
that's true.
And
that's
put
how I like
them
to make
in
beats.
a position. If I overwhelm the artist, then that's fucked up.
Yeah.
I give you one. I give you a prime example. Prime. But he did him an injustice. To me, that album could have been more classic than any other contemporary that came out. And then you would have been still listening to. I only listen just to hear what Jay got to say, but I don't really want to because I can't continue to listen to it, which is really, really sad.
I think the problem was, and I gotta make sure I get the facts right, and if I don't, oops, fact check me. I'm giving you the disclaimer now.
Right.
Fact check me. I think it was more or less. Did he already have the beats made and Jay-Z rapped to him, or did he make them kind of like tailored for Jay-Z at the time?
So, and you could be right either way, but here's where the problem is. No, check it out. This is where the problem is. Even after, if he would have started rapping over and you heard it as a producer, were you still happy with that?
That's true.
So, my son told me, he was like, look, man, Jay could have said, no, give me this.
Yeah,
I understand that.
Yeah.
But do you really want Jay to come off like that and then you be the downfall of saying, yeah, it was pretty weak production on that, and they will always say that as opposed to classic lyrics by Jay-Z? You left yourself out there. So it didn't matter if you gave him in advance or you know, editing and doing on the back end. I pride myself with my editing because I do podcasts and people are like, man, I was all over the place, Mike. I'm sorry. I said, don't worry about it. It may take me a couple of days, but when I put it all together, they was like, damn, that shit flowed beautifully. I was like, Just give me the time.
Yeah.
I don't want you to come out with a badly produced product. And that's what creators and producers should do.
That is what they should do.
Should. Yeah, exactly.
That is what they should do.
Should do, yeah.
Sometimes it's not what they do.
Right.
But that is what they should do.
So I want a quick segue before we continue on.
Okay.
With the J. Cole album. So
okay.
I'm going to jump in, then I'll let you follow me. So
okay.
To me, one of his best lyrical albums I've ever heard. So I gave it a 10. I gave it a 9.5 because the production was average. If he would have had a little better production, he would probably have had me in tears the way it would have been.
It was crazy.
But it was so I'm always listening to production, but he was so good, I didn't care. And they were my son was
he
like,
rapped his way out of it. Yeah, he rapped his way out of it.
He was like, I never heard you. I was like, I told you, if you can lyrically get me, it doesn't matter what the production sound like because I'm always listening to what you got to say.
Yeah.
So, opinion.
I'll give you my rating first. It was a 9. I can't give it a 10.
Okay.
For a reason that I didn't know at first.
Okay.
So my friend loves J. Cole. Mm-hmm. I don't know if he read it or he heard it or he knew about it, but the album's called KOD, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna get into the details because I don't know him as well as he does, so I'm not gonna embarrass myself. Right. But the album's pretty much broken up into 3 ideas of KOD. So KOD means 3 different things in the album.
Right.
First third is about KOD meaning something. Second third. Third.
Yeah. What's that? Kill our demons, kids on drugs.
Yeah.
And I forgot the last one.
I forget. See, that's why I didn't want to go into
You was like, the hell with that, right?
Yeah, I would have messed all those up.
I got you.
Kind of dead. I don't know what I would have said.
You're kind of dead.
But it was a really, it was a cerebral album.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you're right, the production, I don't know if it's because he likes to produce a lot of his stuff. And maybe he doesn't like people to chime in as much as they probably should.
If you listen to his rap, he said they're not good enough.
Yeah.
He said they're not good enough.
Yeah, I don't
have features and I don't have, because I don't think they're good enough.
Yeah. But he could his engineer could be a little.
I agree.
Yeah, you want to add something right here.
I agree.
A little right here.
But the way he used different styles on this album.
I loved it.
I loved it.
But
he still gave you J. Cole.
Yeah, he did. Now no, he did. Yeah. My favorite from J. Cole, and this is my biggest gripe with J. Cole. His Friday Night Lights was amazing. Mm-hmm. His albums, the first one was mind blowing. Oh my gosh! It seemed to me I think it was 2 more after that.
Yeah, 2 more. The last one was For Your Eyes Only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They seem like a continuation of the first one.
Okay.
So I felt if I put all the songs into one album,
you could have said
it could have flowed.
Right. Okay.
Which means it doesn't sound different than the last one. The last one doesn't sound different than the last one. It was kind of a little redundant, but it was good.
Right.
It was good. I'm not saying it was bad.
Oh, no.
That was my gripe.
No doubt.
This one was different.
Yes.
This one, you couldn't do that.
No.
It would sound crazy. The rest of them wouldn't match up.
It didn't feel like J. Cole when I first put it on.
And that was exactly my next point. I liked it, and when he told me really what the theme of it was and what each part meant, I was like, oh man. And this is why he gets a 9.
Yep. I got you. I gave it a 9.5.
Took this from Kendrick.
Yeah. Oh, Kendrick Lamar.
He kind of took some of the themes that Kendrick talked about in The Pimp a Butterfly. Mm-hmm. Not ran with him, but he gave his interpretation of kind of like the same things.
Because he wanted to, and this is what I appreciate about J. Cole. He still wanted to be him. Mm-hmm. He did a little Migos things, but he showed them this is how you're supposed to do it, though. You don't do no random silly shit.
I wasn't thinking of me. I mean, it was okay. This is going a little trap, a little south, but
it worked.
That's how it should be, though. Yeah, like you said,
it worked.
Sounded right.
Exactly. But and you mentioned him, so I'm gonna drive you there too.
Oh, please do.
Kendrick Lamar.
And
the way he's directing his career with how he's doing his music,
Yeah.
as well as his content.
Yeah.
It's totally amazing.
Yeah.
Totally amazing.
It's-
And I don't want to put him into the category of entertainer because he's not an entertainer.
He's not. No. He doesn't pretend to be.
Exactly.
He's not in the spotlight until he is.
But until he is. Thank
Yeah.
you. Very good. Until he is, he is. But he's
Exactly.
not like, I'm going to drive you to put me in the spotlight because that's what I want.
Right.
No.
Right.
Whatever I put out there, he was like, let me knock on the door. Hey, want me to do the Black Panther album? Yeah. Okay.
I heard the story was like, oh, you want to, this is the movie, here's some scenes, could you make something for this? Made a whole album.
I'll make the album.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Send it back.
It's
We're
Oakland.
Done. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was like,
It was amazing, too.
amazing.
It's amazing.
So he has a Pulitzer Prize. First rap artist.
He should get it. It was a story.
Yeah. It's just was amazing.
Yeah.
This guy's amazing. And it's just, he doesn't get the real credit that he should get. But he got the credit now. Even though Grammys and everybody else said, nah, we just can't give it to rap. Hey, when the arts says this is art,
Yeah.
what can you say
Your
about
music's literature.
that? Yeah, exactly.
I don't care about no Grammy.
It's historic.
Yeah, I don't care about
now yours is historic.
Exactly.
So, so when you listen to his production, what gives you, what impression or what do you get from that to say, when I do a creation, I can do something similar, or is it really that unique that he's pulling from somewhere totally different?
I think it is. His last one was. It was more of a mix of a lot of production, a lot of different styles.
Right.
I like that, of course.
Oh yeah.
But it was also more commercial.
Yeah.
Not commercial in the sense that it's like the same thing that's on the radio. But when you compare it to Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah. It was user friendly.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. More people could relate to it.
Yeah.
Now, the Pimp a Butterfly, some people are like, I don't like it. It's do this, do that. No. No.
Right.
I mean, you start the album off with Thundercat, the bass.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I believe Thundercat was on the first song, and then was it Bootsy in the first song or George? It was Bootsy in one song. I can't remember. I believe Bootsy Collins. I think he was playing the bass one.
Okay. No, I didn't.
I
didn't
could
pick
be
up
wrong.
on it. Okay.
I could be wrong, but I think Thundercat is on the same vibe as like the Parliament.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when I'm hearing the songs, I'm like, oh man, this is like the Funkadelics. Like I got that vibe from the beginning of the album. I think it was the first 3 songs.
Yeah.
And then you start hearing like the lyrics, and you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So he catches you on so many levels because he creates the album.
Yeah.
He doesn't rap on the album and get
He's
some production.
Exactly. He's a producer.
He's the producer.
He doesn't make the beats, I know, but
Yeah.
he produces it.
Yeah.
He's orchestrator of the album. It's not like here's a beat. No, he's like, I need to do this to convey that.
I got you.
Yeah. A good example would be, the album is kind of slower, more. It's just jazzy in the beginning. Then you get which is Outkast.
Yeah. Yep. So he gives you so much that if you love Kendrick, you're gonna listen to him anyway. But what he does is, I'm not only gonna let you listen to me, I'm gonna throw in some people, because even in one of my favorites now is Vince Staples, and
I like Vince.
Vince, with his production on his last one, was the Big Fish Theory, I believe. The production on that was so freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And you didn't know so a good producer, I don't care how many times you listen to the album, you don't know what's coming next. Because it's mixed so well that when you say, okay, oh, that's that beat. Oh, okay. You don't know what's coming next.
Exactly.
Regular producers has, okay, here comes that cut that it's always in sequence, and it's kind of like,
it's a formula.
It's a formula.
There is a formula.
Yeah.
It's a legit formula.
Yeah. So I don't
go
like
online and look
formulas.
it up. There's a formula.
Yeah, I don't like formulated production. I don't like that.
I don't like it either.
It's probably because we like to create, but
Yeah.
but I don't think
like it.
I think you take away from the artist, and I think the way you take away from the fans as a consumer. I think you're cheating me because I can probably replicate that with anybody else.
Exactly, and that's what they do.
And
That's why you don't need to know how to be a singer. You don't really know how to rap.
Yep. None of that.
This is the formula. I can fix you to sound like I need you to sound.
Yeah. And you'll be
Just
fine.
say what I need you to say.
Yep. So I'm gonna throw
be
you
okay.
back with a guy who he did some work with Kendrick, he did some work with Thundercat, and producer wise, and I love this guy. I'm just waiting. He did some stuff with I think Adult Swim, is Flying Lotus.
Oh man, my guy I actually work with.
You kidding me?
He well, I didn't work Flying Lotus. I wish I did,
No.
but he loves Flying Lotus,
Okay.
and he produces too, and he I don't want to say idolizes, but he definitely likes this man.
I love this guy because
He's good. Flying Lotus is good.
from his first album
amazing,
until now,
Yeah,
he's changed. But it's all good though.
yeah.
It threw me off. I think Cosmogramma really started going somewhere totally different. But he started doing things like for Adult Swim. He started doing, I think he has a small movie he made too and everything. So
I think you're right. Yeah,
So he does a lot. So I love his creative maturity in his progression.
yeah.
The guy is just amazing.
His music is real good.
His music is really damn good. But
Yeah, I heard the show
but I
in
go
3D.
back. Yeah, I go back and listen back and forth. Him and I think it's Dabri. I think he fell asleep somewhere because I don't hear him anymore.
Oh, I was like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, so he has a similar feel of
Okay.
Flying Lotus.
Yeah.
And when you hear them together, because I think they did some stuff together too, but it's Dabri, D-A-B, I think Y-R-E, Dabri. Really good though.
I'm about to find
He did some hip hop stuff with some cats out of Detroit. Really, really good. But he's been overseas because a lot of people, and now we got a different sound over here, so they got to go overseas.
And overseas, they love him.
Yeah. So it goes from there.
And
So
overseas, they love him. It's
when
insane.
when you think of other than and producers wise, we already mentioned Kanye.
Yeah.
Like you kind of low keyed high tech. That's with Talib Kweli.
Yeah.
That's usually high tech was with him.
And some Ninth Wonder. I love.
Yeah, some Ninth Wonder.
I love Ninth Wonder.
Ninth Wonder is
He has some
sneaks
songs
on
on
you.
Damn.
Yeah.
In the end, well, the
My son
story
told me.
is he gave him 3 beats and he smushed all 3 beats in the last song.
So he just cut them,
Yeah.
and it just progressed on
Yeah.
from that. Right.
I
Right.
was like, what? He said he was surprised.
So other than them, so
Oh, it was a lot.
what? Somebody that doesn't stand out that you kind of listen to.
Old, or not old, but I don't know what they make now. Organized Noise, just all the Outkast stuff. Sleepy
Yeah.
Brown.
Yeah.
Their production was amazing.
Yeah. So they
It was
introduced a
insane.
lot of live stuff too.
Yeah, I
where
mean,
a lot of people didn't.
I'm over here thinking they're sampling. No.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, no, nothing sampled.
Yep.
This.
Did you see the documentary?
I'll kick myself. I haven't.
What?
I knew a lot about them already.
Okay.
So when people were telling me about the documentary and stuff, and I was like, oh, I knew that. I knew
Yeah.
that. I knew that.
It blew me
So
away.
I just never watched it.
No. It's
But I
so since
should
you know
watch
them-
it because I think I even started it.
Mhm.
They go to the basement, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Dungeon.
The dungeon.
Okay, then I started it. I didn't
Yeah.
finish. I don't know what I don't know. I'm not woke.
Okay. Okay.
Organized Noise.
It's
I am, but
it'll
it sucks.
validate what you either know
Yeah.
or say, damn, that's some parts I didn't.
That's what that's why I want to watch it. And okay, that's the next thing I'm gonna do. Might go home and watch it tonight.
There you go.
But I heard it's amazing.
So I'm sending you some homework with you as well. So.
Yeah, I need it. 'Cause I should have. I'm over here saying I love them, and I
And you didn't even give
didn't
them
watch the
love.
story about them.
Oh my God. Right. So,
But Organized Noise, I like them a lot.
so what about one of my favorites, and that's the only reason I listen to Prime, is DJ Premier.
Oh man,
I gotta bring him out. I
Was it the same?
didn't know where he was until I was like, Prime, what is he doing? I said, what are you doing with this dude here? But I was like, he's average, but I just got to listen to it because he's on there and he's recreating stuff all over again.
Yeah. I mean,
give him the love.
It's Premier.
It's Premier. Sorry. It's Premier. Right, exactly.
He deserves everything that he gets. I mean, he's Premier.
Genius, man.
I don't know what to say. He's a
freaking
Premier.
Genius. Yeah.
He's Premier.
So Tremel, let's get to you though. So you kind of mentioned a little before classical music. So
yeah,
what I love to do with just producing some small clips to play with my podcast, I love to put classical overtones with hip hop beats and drum beats on top of that.
Yeah.
Because when you do that, it brings a whole different feel to it. Yeah. But you can still keep it strong and a little grimy in that sense. I just haven't perfected how to flow it as much, but would you elaborate on your end?
It's hard. I have a lot of and I found this out. I was like, oh, I'm gonna get some Beethoven. I'm gonna sample it. It's gonna be crazy. And you start looking at it and you're like, oh, this time signature is a little different. Oh, this is in 3/4.
Right.
And then everything else is in 4/4. It's just doom 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. But no, classical music is not like that. So I'm trying to chop it up. I'm like, all right, I can't do that. Look on YouTube how to play a part of a song. I can't really do that unless I slow it down a little bit here. And then you can take stuff like that, and that's actually how I did on some songs.
Right. So I just had to.
It's just hard. It's hard.
Is. And so to your point, I'm glad you said it because that's the only way I was able to do it was to chop it.
You have to because
you can't flow it because it's never going to be. Damn, now I got to adjust.
It's off.
Yeah, and then you'd be like, oh shit. So how the fuck?
It's off.
It's off.
It's really off.
Yeah.
Like I don't care how much you slowing it down, trying to stretch. It's gonna be off.
But it's amazing when you hear the violins or some cellos or
those guys were geniuses.
It has so much beauty in it. And then when you put a fucking bass beat or an 808 behind that, it's like, wow. But you gotta chop it so much to kind of play it into that.
You just pretty much gotta take stuff out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still some remnants of it, but
yep, I got you.
And that's the cool part,
right?
Like when stuff layered in songs like that. I think that's really cool.
So, kind of elaborate on layers because I keep telling people that, and I don't know if I'm telling them properly. So, kind of explain about when you're saying layered.
Layers. It's hard to tell people because I guess they don't really know.
They don't hear it though.
Yeah, they hear one thing.
Yeah.
It's like 7 things.
Yep. But in order to hear the 7 things, in order to hear the one thing, you got to put 7 things in there.
Exactly.
But they don't get that. They only hear the one thing.
Exactly. Like that one thing you hear doesn't exist.
Yeah.
By itself.
That's right.
It does now because he just did it.
Because I just did it. Right.
Before that didn't exist.
Yep.
So I think like a good example is, and something a lot of people know about, is you get an 808 hat, right? Mm-hmm. It's going to be the same hat that probably everybody uses in the same 808 kit. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, not every hat sounds the same. Why is that? It's because somebody has a 909 hat in there, maybe a 707 hat somewhere kind of behind it. Mm-hmm. And what I'm saying, those are just like different drum kits. And then when you put them all together, you kind of let it tail off with an 808, kind of start with a 707. You get a different whole different hat.
Right.
Make a number up. It's a different sound.
But you created it.
And you created it.
And
it's a different
and
that's
3 or 4. That's not even counting anything else yet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about it doesn't sound like that. That's not how it really sounds.
Right.
So that's a layering, and then if you can, some people. You mentioned Flying Lotus. You hear in his songs, you hear like all kind of stuff in the back. You may hear a kid playing. Mm-hmm. You may hear a school bus.
Yep. A siren.
Yeah.
Yep.
And when you listen to it, you're like, oh, what?
But if you don't listen, you won't hear it.
Exactly.
So some people just
like ambience.
Let it play. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's why I want you to hear DJ Crush. He does that so well. Okay, he actually you fall in. He's the type when you listen to it, you fall into what he's playing.
That's
You
what
get
I
that
like.
feel that you like, whoa, and you
Yeah.
fade into the music because
Yeah.
there's so much he put in there that just floats around that you actually almost. It's I guess it's like the ambiance that you in, and you know there's people on this side and things.
Yeah.
That's how the music feel, that you're surrounded by things, and he has that
like that.
atmospheric type of music that I just love. And
Yeah.
every time I try to explain it to people, they was like, "What is that?" Then I say, "Slow down, listen." Oh, damn. Okay, wait a minute. Here it is again.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Oh shit, there was flutes. Yep. Now hold on.
Yes, yes.
Did you hear
yes,
that?
Yes, yes,
And-
yes,
and-
yes, yes.
But
yes.
some people don't slow down and listen
No.
to music.
No. They listen to. I mean, I guess you should. You listen to it as a whole
Yeah.
sometimes,
hmm
and some people don't break it down to
Right.
what's really happening.
So we live in a world of music, except
Yeah.
for lyrics. I love lyrics. I
I
just
love them
do.
too.
But sometimes lyrics need a little more, and sometimes
Yeah.
you can't overpower the lyrics because it just doesn't work. I mean, that's why
Yeah.
I think Nas kind of fell off, because he was just using things that didn't compliment him. He had great messages, but it just didn't last long enough to be like, dude, I can't keep listening to you
He tried
if
to
you
go-
keep having this bullshit on him.
Yeah, I don't know what. At some point, I didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know
I
if it was
just-
Khalees. I don't know who got to his head. I was listening to these things. Like, man,
Like, what are you doing, bruh?
where's Stillmatic at? Where's Illmatic at? I don't know what this is. This is crazy.
Exactly.
He fell all the way off.
Yeah, he fell off. And I don't give a damn about people say he's the greatest. I was like, yeah, he was.
Yeah, he fell
He
off.
didn't continue.
If you compare him and Jay-Z over
Yeah,
a
he fell
lifetime,
off. Yep.
he really lost.
Yep. So you can't put him in the current situation.
No, he
He
doesn't.
may be
fit.
doing some good things with
Doesn't fit.
colleges and
Yeah,
philanthropists. He's doing great stuff,
I
but not
commend
with his
him on
music
that.
though, man. Not with his music.
But he needs to talk about his old stuff.
Yeah. So
A lot.
your boy Kanye supposed to be doing his new one. You didn't hear that on his Twitter?
Yeah. But what am I gonna get?
I don't know.
Am I gonna get him letting other people make songs and he tweak them
Ah.
to his liking? Or am I gonna get him making the songs? I honestly think he's done beat
Really?
making.
Yeah.
I think he's more into producing now. Which is,
So,
it's fine.
yeah.
Because Life of Pablo I liked.
Yeah.
I liked it because it was a compilation of like his whole career.
Okay.
It seemed like there was a song from every album he's ever made. Had like a vibe from every album.
So he just
made.
pulled it all together into
Yeah,
that.
yeah, and luckily for us, he had some good producers, so it was enjoyable. Like,
But see, doing Kid Cudi too. But he said him and Kid Cudi is doing an album. So I'm not sure if he's going to be executive producer while being featured on there, or is he truly producing the album?
I don't know. I like what he did with Sci-Hi the Prince.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh, yeah.
some of that sound like I was like, oh, he's back. He produced for this guy. He made these beats,
Mm-hmm.
and Sci-Hi killed those beats.
So man,
Yeah.
he used to be reckoned with. We did a podcast on him too.
hate
But
he slept on so
that guy,
much.
yeah, he is. Yeah. Sci-Hi, and there was another one too. We
Sci-Hi,
just looked at that. Yeah, it was Sci-Hi. That was the latest one. But what do you do with your production now?
I try to let it evolve all the time.
So you got to feel it. You part of that. When I feel it, when it's time to progress on, that's when you move to it.
Yeah, if you listen to some of my stuff, you can definitely tell I sat down and that was the motive.
Okay.
Like I'm gonna take a lot of samples,
Okay.
chop them up. Some of them, it was like I'm gonna take a piece of this and add.
Just enough.
Yeah, and
Right.
some I'm like, I don't want any of this really. I just want to make whatever I have and then just use voices,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll see the pockets of me
Okay.
doing that. Some stuff, I have a big library of just acapellas, and I just use old voices.
Right. Right.
Some other stuff, I'll take the groove of a song and then add somebody else's voice to it. Some stuff I just didn't add. Some stuff's playing video game music. It's just really it's a lot of, I don't know, whatever I'm feeling at the time. Okay. And really what influences that is what I'm listening to at the time.
Okay.
So right now, it's weird. It's weird because when I produce, it's like I'm always striving for this one goal of something that I never achieve. Mm-hmm. But whatever else comes out of me trying to reach for that one goal, right, it sounds great.
Right.
Yeah, so I like neo soul chords and I like them on hip hop a lot.
Okay.
So I like D'Angelo's music a lot.
Okay.
And if you can like mesh that into kind of like some 808 drums or something on the back of that.
Okay. No, that's what's up.
There's a lot to do there.
It's work.
It's a lot to do.
Yeah. It's work.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. I never get to that. I never get that. It's just in my head like this. So this might pop out, but no, it never does.
So and you got a lot of to be continued type stuff that you kind of.
Yeah, it was weird. I finished the stuff. I guess I should backtrack. That's always my intent when I start. Not always, but sometimes. Depends on the mood. But sometimes it's my intent when I start. Sometimes I don't want to make neo soul. It's just not neo soul. I don't want to use a neo soul chord. Yeah. It's just not what I want to do.
Right.
But I start with something, and then next thing I know, I'm gonna do this. One bar in, I'm like, oh.
Then it goes a different direction.
I can roll with this.
Okay.
And then whatever I had, that's what I mean. I never achieve it because I'm just start something. I'm like, oh yeah, we can roll with this. Oh, let's go ahead. And then it's a different song.
But once you start creating, you don't know what is going to end.
I never do.
Because, and I tell people that, I said my intent was, because I did one with Tom Brown and a sample from Tom Brown, a sample from Ella Fitzgerald, and a sample from I think Barry White. But then I put some beats behind that, but I cut it up so much. But I left the sample for Barry White only just so short, but I let the Ella Fitzgerald just fade in, and I put the echo behind that, and it
should
just
be.
Yeah, and I was like, I guess this way it's going to be. I didn't want it to be that way, but as you start creating, it was like, no, this is the way it's going to be.
I have that all the time. Sometimes I make a song, or I start making a song, and then there's a part that I make, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's it right there. Then I'm like, let me add this, and I start adding this, and I'm like, oh wait.
But it changes.
Yeah, let me. Yeah. Matter of fact, let me just go this way. And I'm like, but that last part was so good. Then I'm thinking, should I make that a different song?
Mm-hmm.
Or should I make that a bridge? Just something to change it up completely?
Right.
And then, I'm telling you, next thing I know, it's the second thing.
Damn.
It's never the first thing.
Yep.
But, I mean, that's just how it goes.
Life of the producer.
I'll let it I'm pretty free-flowing in my... And I've seen producers just, this is what I'm about to make. This is what I do. This is what I made.
Yep.
And that's done.
It's done. Next.
Yeah. Me is...
but now you're manufacturing stuff.
Yeah, and that's... it is.
If you love what you're doing and you're really creating from who you are, because what you're saying, you create based on who you are, not I got to put a lot of beats out because I got to get them sold, or these people are making these demands.
No.
This is what I got.
Yeah.
Here's the library.
Yeah, I've only made songs for what I thought people would want a couple times. They came out to be great songs, but I wouldn't sit down and keep making them.
Yeah. So Tremel, one of the good things is and that's why I appreciate the ones that even I just heard, but now I can go on Zuri, Zuri production without the S.
Yeah.
So I can.
That must have been taken when I picked
so I could be able to kind of listen. But I always respect artists.
Yeah.
So it's not a job. You're an artist. So as you create as an artist, that's what you're putting out. Yeah. You're putting out your art. You're not putting out a production. Even though, I produced this, but you're truly an artist first,
Yeah.
that actually produces.
Yeah.
Where there's so many people who are producers.
Yes.
Big difference.
Yeah.
Big difference.
Yes. There's a bunch of them.
Yeah, there's plenty. More
Yeah.
than you can count on everybody's hands in this house. So, but no,
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why my intent for Car Wax is to talk to DJs/producers, because a lot of DJs progress to producing, and
they do.
when they do that, they know what sounds right because they've been in a club saying, that's not going to sound right, bro.
Exactly.
If you really want to make a song like this is what you need.
Yeah.
And then DJs have to do research. Back to what you were saying before you even started.
Yeah.
If you don't do your research, how do you know what's going to be right anyway?
Oh yeah, research. So I used to work. I used to work at a radio station at the college.
Okay.
And the stipulation of the radio station, it couldn't be top 40. Could not be top 40.
Wow.
It couldn't be in the top 200 in the last, I think, a year or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah. So I'm talking about. I'm finding some folks.
Okay.
And it was crazy. It was good. And they had a big library, just people you never heard of in your life.
And you just putting them on and let me listen. Got that one.
Yeah.
It's like 1 out of 16 cuts.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love that though.
And we could rip music.
I love that.
But and we were just finding people, and then I did a hip hop show. I think I had like the first hip hop show in a while. So I'm playing hip hop, and I'm playing hip hop now, and I gotta find these people that never touched a chart.
Yep.
In years.
Now they're out there now.
Yeah. And there was another guy I worked with. Ironically, his name's DJ. Mm-hmm. But DJ the DJ. So we were finding people like we were playing J. Cole, Miguel, the song they had together at first, like his first song. Okay. We're playing them. We're playing Kendrick. We were playing all kind of stuff. I'm trying to think of just some of the people we were playing before they were big.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, they weren't really known then.
Yeah. You just said like, this sounds interesting.
Yeah, like, man, this is good. Oh, this guy J. Cole. Who is this? So, and that really got me into finding just obscure stuff. And then sometimes it just wasn't enough hip hop.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I started listening. There's a lot of indie stuff, electro pop,
alternative.
Mm-hmm. We used to play Calvin Harris a lot because he had an album called Created the Disco, I believe. Okay. So if you look back in his long ago history,
okay,
it was it's the one that's yellow. That's all I remember. I remember yellow and black. That's what I remember. And it was Calvin Harris.
Okay. And
it kind of had like hip hop influences, and so we played stuff like that. And then we played like Sia, who produced a lot of Rihanna stuff and a lot of other stuff. Okay. Yeah, so you seeing these people. My point is, from saying this, Calvin Harris has, his last album had a lot of hip hop in it, a lot of hip hop artists in it. Mm-hmm. You have Sia, who ends up producing for Rihanna, like some of her biggest hits. So you touching them before they started becoming mainstream. Yeah, and so that kind of builds into like how I produce, because you hear those sounds and you're like, oh man, this is good. Mm-hmm. This is hidden. Yep. But this is good.
This is good. Yeah. Just people just don't hear it.
No.
Right.
And that's what I say in the research. Like you do a lot of research, and you know what's good. Back to your point, like DJs have to do. Mm-hmm. They know what's good.
Right.
You may have never heard of it.
Right.
But you know what could be something.
Absolutely.
Or what feels good. Mm-hmm. Okay. And working at that radio station helped a lot. I did a couple of DJing things, and I really am saying this because I was a DJ for a radio station. Yeah. Not DJ for like a party or a club. I did a couple of things. I did a couple of those too, also, but. Yeah, my research really came from
the radio station.
Radio station like that, and then just my whole life.
I got you.
Just studying music. But you're right, DJing, and I've always thought this. DJs make great producers. Mm-hmm. Like you have Jermaine Dupri. Yep. Well, I don't know if people knew he was a DJ before or not.
So, I think because he's so big at what he produced and the artists that he did, they forgot.
Yeah. But even like Little John.
Little John. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a DJ,
Wow.
like in clubs. And
Okay. There's a lot of
Now he's
people
him.
out there that actually just straight DJ'd
Yeah.
that began producing, but you
Yeah.
just don't hear about the DJ side because, nobody's out there DJing like that no more.
No.
But now you got these electronic DJs, who's coming in and, I'm just saying.
Pressing.
I had to put that in, Drew. I had to put it in.
I don't know. Do they produce this stuff? I always wonder that. Like
I don't-
The
you
new
know-
ones, I don't.
So being truthful about it, I
don't know.
I don't even research that because
don't either.
I don't.
It seems like
I'll
something.
say
that
it.
would
I
be
don't
obvious.
respect it.
I don't either.
I don't respect it. So if something
Not
I
at
don't
all.
respect, I'm not even gonna give them the time of day. It's just not.
If
It's
you-
not right.
No,
It's
and
just-
if you've ever DJ'd, you know that formula thing I was talking about. You
Yeah.
know, they just go in the studio and they're like, all right,
That's it.
This BPM, I'm gonna do this. It's gonna sound like this here. It's gonna be a drop there.
Yep.
I'm gonna press this button, and I'm done.
It's good. Now I just need you to do the hook.
Get some bars.
Say something about some mollies or say something like that. You gotta have enough of that in there.
Yeah.
You got yourself a hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it serves its purpose.
It's a business.
Yeah.
It's just part of the business.
If I go to a club or a bar or something playing the music and other people are having fun, I mean, I'm not gonna not have fun. That's stupid.
Yeah.
But it serves its purpose.
But if it's a preference to say I'm going out to hear good music or a concert, I'm not going to one of those. I'm just not.
I don't spend my money on festivals.
No.
I can't.
I got you.
I can't listen.
It's
I mean, I
such a
respect what they
different
do.
feel. Yeah.
Sort of. But it's how many times can 10 people play the same person's song?
Yeah.
It's like that. And
Or-
how many times can I listen to it?
Or have the same beat structure
It's
continuously,
insane.
but with different artists.
It's insane. I don't know. I was like, do y'all not hear the difference?
Yeah. There is no
isn't
difference.
one. Yeah, I was like, there isn't one.
Okay. Now somebody's singing over the same thing.
It's
Oh no, that's that new one. No, it's not.
It's not.
It's the old one with somebody singing
it's
over it.
not. Yes.
But then you being critical, and then you're like, okay, let me stop.
Somebody needs to be critical.
Yeah, that's true, and be vocal about it.
Yeah,
so,
these people will go crazy, thinking that's what it should be.
absolutely.
And that's honestly why I respect trap. A lot of people say it's formulaic, and some of it is. But the people that do it well, back to the layering, a lot of stuff is really layered.
Yeah,
The
Some
good
of
ones
it.
though, good ones. Now there's a lot of them that aren't good. They make trap
So-
beats that you like probably, but
True. Speaking of that, you have an example?
maybe some people would say one of the starters, like Zaytoven.
Okay.
So he plays the piano.
So he's basically, here it is. I'm actually creating it.
He creates it,
Right.
and everybody's using his creations. So you'll hear some trap artists like, yeah, I use that Zaytoven drum kit. Back to what I was also saying with the
Right.
808s. That's
Right.
not an 808. It's an 808 with something else on it, stretched, and then something else. And then now it's Zaytoven's 808, and now that's what everybody's using.
So what's your opinion on Metro Boomin?
Metro Boomin.
It's an opinion. You don't have to dig into your facts. It's an opinion.
Stuff's catchy.
Thank you.
It's catchy.
Is it something to say it's groundbreaking?
No.
Is
Artistically, it
serves its purpose.
serves its purpose.
And if you're trying to get into the
Serves its
game,
purpose.
you need to kind of have a Metro Boomin type beat.
Yes. And that's hard too, because in some ways, some people call that groundbreaking, but I don't call it groundbreaking.
No. He
It's a couple-
has the
it's a couple
formula.
clicks. Yeah, it's a couple clicks.
Yeah. He has the formula.
I'm gonna take this hat away in this song.
Yeah. But I'm going to add it back in for this
Yeah.
one because this is a different kind of artist.
Yeah.
So I have to put this one in there. Wow, he does so well for everybody. No, he gives everybody the same thing in a different way.
Yes.
So had to put that in there.
Metro
I keep-
Boomin is
So people love him, and he's in demand. So I'm not in his pocket, so I'm okay. I'm good.
it serves a purpose.
Yeah, it serves its purpose. So don't think I missed anything, Trey.
No, we covered a lot.
Yeah.
So what I want to close out with is kind of like technique and, the equipment that you use, just different things in that matter. Because I really would like to get your opinion and just your experience of all that. Sure, when we come back, kind of talk me through that, because I just want a different perspective, not just the cliche type of, you're gonna need a weed, I started with a Casio, I work on iTunes, silly shit like that. But we'll be right back.